Past board exams PSAD. Definition of terms Part 2. Principles of structural analysis and design. Which material property is referred to by the following? The material has the ability to diffuse the plastic range without breaking. C. Ductility. Identify the property of the material described by the following. The material deforms considerably even with a slight increase in stress. A. Yielding. Identify the property of the material described by the following. The material regains its original dimensions when the load is removed. D. Elasticity. Identify the property of the material described by the following. The material deforms in the plastic range without breaking. B. Ductility. Which of the following refers to the flexibility of a structure? C. Inverse stiffness. Which material property is described by the following? The composite material exhibits elastic properties in one direction, different from that in the perpendicular direction. A. Orthotropic. Which material property is described by the following? The material has the same composition point, but the elastic properties may not be the same in all direction. C. Homogeneous. Which material property is described by the following? The material has the same elastic properties in all directions. B. Isotropic. What behavior of an engineering material is described by the following? The material deforms considerably even with a slight increase in stress. A. Yielding. Which material has the same compression at any point? B. Homogeneous. Which of the following terms is described herein? Stressing high-strength steel wires before concrete hardens. B. Pretensioning. Which of the following terms is described herein? Stressing high-strength steel after the concrete has been cast and has attained sufficient strength. A. Post-tensioning. Which of the following terms described herein? Loss of stress that takes place with the passage of time as concrete is held at a constant strain. D. Relaxation. What do you call the retarding force acting opposite a body in motion? C. Kinetic friction. Which structural member has the ratio of its unsupported height to its least lateral dimension of not less than 3 and is used primarily to support axial load? C. Column. What do you call the force which determines whether the body will be in equilibrium or will have a varying state of motion? C. Resultant. Identify the principle used in equations related to the deformation of actually loaded materials, that the stress is proportional to the strain within the elastic region. A. Hooke's law. Identify the principle used in equations related to the deformation of actually loaded materials, that in the deformation of actually loaded members, the ratio of the lateral to the longitudinal strain is constant. B. Poisson's ratio. Identify the principle used in equations related to the deformation of axially loaded materials, that within the elastic range, it is the constant of proportionality that defines the linear relationship between stress and strain. See Young's modulus. Which term refers to the force generated by a body at rest? D. Static. Which terms refers to the force generated by a body in motion? B. Dynamic. What is the term for the value beyond which stress is no longer proportional to the strain? B. Proportional limit. Materials which have the same composition at any point are described as A. Homogeneous. Which property of a material enables it to under large permanent strains before failure? B. Ductility. Which terms refers to the property of a material which makes it return to its original dimension when the load is removed? C. Elasticity.